Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I am doing another collab with Nikki Lynn. And of course, I'll have her channel linked in my description box. If you guys have not yet gone to Nikki's channel, I highly recommend doing so. She is such a beautiful light on this platform and a beautiful light in my life. And she creates beautiful, stunning, intricate, creative makeup looks. She is a magical genius when it comes to putting eye looks together, and she's just a lot of fun to watch. And I just adore her. And Shawnee and I and Jan have kind of taken Nikki under our wings. So if anyone's ever naughty to Nikki, we're going after him, okay? We're going after him. So of course, Nikki and I really wanted to collab together again. This is our third collab. And Nikki came up with a really good idea. And I've done this already before on my channel. And I'll explain exactly what I'm doing here right now. So Nikki and I have 5 of the Sweet Shop palettes from BH Cosmetics. I have all of them, and she has all of them except for the waffle cone. I don't think she has the waffle cone. Pretty sure she doesn't. Anyway, Nikki said, why don't we do a palette bingo where we randomly select one shade out of each of our 5 BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop palettes. Now, I did do this before with Jen from Jen Beauty, and I chose the color story for both of us to put our eye looks together in that collab. But in this collab, Nikki and I are each choosing our own 5 shades at random. And I was thinking, well, I've got to be able to put together a better color story than I did for the color story that I chose for Jen and my collab. And no, I did not do that at all. I think it's actually worse because, you know, there's a lot of different shades in here. I mean, they're monochromatic palettes, but yeah, I'm a little nervous about putting this look together. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you know, that's what this whole collab, the point of doing a collab is about, is to have a lot of fun. But still, I'm a little bit like, oh, I'm putting a look together with these 5 shades. So let me show you what I randomly selected out of each palette. So let's start off with the Cherry on Top palette. Now, out of this palette, I randomly selected this shade right here called Juicy. It's a really pretty kind of pinkish reddish, more pink on the lid. Kind of looks a little bit red in the pan, but not on the lid. Shimmer shade. So I'm going to swatch this so I can give you a real good idea of what the color story is going to look like here. It's kind of like a watermelon pink, I would say. Okay, so we have that from the Cherry on Top palette. Now, let's go into the Sweet Shop Pistachio palette, okay? Out of this palette, I chose this shade right here called Treat. This beautiful kind of Kelly green shimmer shade. So I will swatch that as well. Now, looking at these two together, you might think, oh, those are pretty combo. I've done pink and green looks before. And yeah, okay, that looks cool. 2 beautiful shimmer shades. All right, well, let's keep going here and you'll see what I'm talking about. So then we have the Bubblegum palette. Out of this palette, I chose this shade right here called Bubbles, which is a kind of a medium blue matte shade. Okay, I'm gonna swatch this too. I cannot wait to see what shades Nikki put together. Hopefully it's a little bit better than what I did. And that's that shade. Okay, and I always do this wrong, so it always ends up looking all twisted on my arm. Okay, so now let's go into the Sweet Shop Cotton Candy palette. All right, so out of this palette, I chose this shade right here, Carnival, which is this bright pink matte. Okay, this is when I was like, so here we go. I mean, this is okay. This isn't the worst color story in the whole wide world, but now for the capper here, I'm going to show you what shade I randomly selected out of the BH Cosmetics Orange Sorbet palette. This shade right here called Extra Toppings. Yeah. So I will swatch this as well. I'm running out of fingers to use to swatch with, so I'm gonna use my thumb. Gosh. So yeah, that's the color story that I get to use today to put my look together with. That is the worst swatching I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be putting my look together with. I think I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna kind of take the easy road out here, but you know what? I can do that. I think, I mean, yeah, I can do whatever I want. So that's what I'm going to do. So of course I do have both brows done. This eyelid is primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 01. I'm going to go clean myself up and then I'll get into putting the look together. And for whatever reason today, both of my eyes are super watery. We are right in the middle of this really horrendous ice storm. So the heat's on full blast in here. And upstairs in my house, it gets super hot. So I do have the fan on and I have my window open because I'm gonna sweat like a monster. So I think what I'll do is start off with the orange sorbet shade. This shade right here called Extra Toppings, the culprit of my dismay, and put that in my like crease transition-y, or well, crease and outer V area, maybe into my transition area. I don't know that I have, whatever. You know what I'm saying. It has just been mayhem here since Saturday because we've had this ice storm since Saturday. And because I live in Oregon, not everybody really knows how to handle ice. We don't have like the road crew that other states may have that get a lot of ice and snow. So like all the main roads here are just caked in ice. And, you know, lots of people here have lost power. I have yet to lose power, knock on wood. People lost their internet, heat, you know, all that fun stuff. It's horrible. And we're back on another ice storm advisory all day today from 11 a.m. until 10 o'clock tonight. And then it's supposed to warm up tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. So it's supposed to warm up by tomorrow, like in the 40s. It's been like below freezing here. It's been like in the high teens, 20s. I think it's 24 degrees out right now. Yay. So yeah, it's just been a shit show, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, I'm ready for the ice to go away. I did go into work yesterday for a little while, and the HVAC system at my work is not on. It's just broken. So I was freezing. So my husband's mill has been shut down too because all the machinery is frozen and his mill has no power. So he came back and got me at like noon. His truck does really well in the ice and stuff, but my car is like a little tin can, so I can't really drive my car around. I mean, I could. I can drive in the ice and snow, but I'd rather not. You know, who wants to do that? If I could drive his truck in it, that'd be fine. But anyway, I am working from home, so that's wonderful. And I'm going to continue to work from home until this stuff goes away, and also until the landlords at the building that I work in can turn the heat back on. So this is a gorgeous shade, and it's a little bit more pink than I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? Like it looks pretty hot orange, but on my lid it looks pink. I don't know. Weird. So now I'm going to go into the Cotton Candy palette and go into Carnival and just go around the edge of that and like take the edge off, brighten it up a little bit. And I'm not a huge pink eyeshadow fan. So it's funny that like 3 of the shades I randomly selected are pretty pink. Oh, geez. But I do want to talk to you guys about NIKKI, of course. She is such a lovely human being and one of the nicest, kindest, and most supportive people that I've met so far here on this platform. And I met her through Jan and Shawnee because they met her before I did, of course, and just kind of adopted her. And that's how I first started seeing NIKKI's content was, I think, did she collab with Jan and Shawnee? I think is what happened. And so that's how I found her. And I was like, oh, who is this beautiful light here? I've got to bask in the glow of this beautiful light of NIKKI's, you know? So anyway, I started watching her channel and she was watching my channel, and yeah, we just connected, and I love her. I love her to pieces. She's wonderful. And she's very intelligent and just she's just a really neat person. You know, she is. She gives me the warm fuzzies. So I do recommend, if you guys haven't yet gone to her channel and subscribed, go do it because you're going to love her. She's wonderful. And these 2 shades, I mean, you can see a little bit of the bright from the pink, I guess. But I'm telling you right now, do not have high expectations for this look, okay? I don't have high expectations for this look. It's not going to be the greatest look you've ever seen on my channel. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, so now I'm going to put the pink shimmer on my lid from, where is it? The Cherry on Top palette. This right here. I'm going to put the Juicy shade across the lid. I mean, I am taking the easy road out. I know I am. But the blue and the green on the lower lash line, that's where things are going to get a little dicey. Because right now it's like, okay, yeah, orange, pink, whatever, we're fine. But, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this down here. This is very pink. I mean, it is, I mean, I don't know, maybe a little bit of red in there, but it's pretty pink. I did use this palette, the Cherry on Top palette, when I did my look for Jan's grandson, Cute Baby. And he requested that I do a red look, and it was so pink. So pink. So I am going to be doing another look for him too. He wants me to do a gray and black eye look with orange lipstick. So I need to do that soon here too. I've got several things I'm going to be filming with here soon. I have some Divina single shades that are just gorgeous. I got 8 or 9, 8. Finally got those out of the little packages, put them in a little Z palette. So I will be doing some kind of video with that, whether I swatch them on my arm or maybe do an eye swatching video. I'm not sure yet. And then creating looks with those, of course. Yes. And then see what else. I have the Not Normal palette that I got from Unearthly that I will be filming with. I want to keep going with my 2 looks videos with my Nomad palette, so that'll be coming as well. Let's see. I'm going to be doing a Get Ready With Me using Second Chance makeup. I was going to use the Call Me Cool palette from Morphe, and I'm just going to declutter that. You know, I haven't used it for so long. It's so dumb. And, you know, I wasn't real thrilled with it. So I think the palette I'm going to be pulling in for that is the Dark Fantasy palette from Beauty Bay, because there was a few shades in there that I've used so far that I was like, what? So I want to give it another try, because several of my subscribers have said, oh, it's such a good palette though. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. So I'm going to do that. And then I have a few other products I want to give a second chance to. So yeah, that'll be fun, right? I hope. Let's see what else. You know, just a few other things. I mean, obviously I'm going to keep filming, but you know, those are things that are going to be coming up sooner than later, I hope anyway. And then I have a couple collabs coming up. So now I'm going to go back into extra topping and just add a little bit of that back towards the outer V there, or outer part of my lid. I don't know. I have a collab coming with Jan and Shawnee. And then I have a collab coming with Leanna, Andy, and Ash. Both of those collabs are going to be really fun. And then in February, I have a collab with Charlie, Nut Butter Beauty, who I've never collabed with before. So that's going to be really fun for us to collab together. And I also took part in one of her challenges on Instagram, which that'll be coming up on the 18th. So, you know, fun stuff today. Well, I'm not filming this on the 18th, but this video is coming up on the 18th. So yeah, you know, some fun stuff. It's great. And I had so much fun with the Steph's Pure palette that I will continue to use that as well forever. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this brush, nothing additional on it, and just make sure that the edge of that is nicely blended so it doesn't look like they don't go together. Although, do they really go together? I mean, this is a very pink look. Woo! And like I've mentioned multiple times, I don't really love pink eyeshadows, but this is fun, you know, this is fun. It's pretty. I mean, it's kind of obnoxious, but it's pretty, right? It's bright. That's what I like about it, because it's so cold and gloomy. I'm going to take this brush and go around, nothing on it, and just kind of blend that. It was so funny because I have a group chat with Andy, Leanna, and Ash on Instagram. And Ash is from the same town that I'm from. So they're dealing with the same crap I am, and they're sick of it. And, you know, it's affecting their ability to get to work and just to get anywhere, right? So we were chatting about the weather, and, you know, Andy's dealing with cold weather too, and, you know, just yuck. I mean, it's winter. And I mentioned in that chat, I said, I am never again bitching about hot weather. And Andy goes, yeah, you probably will. Like, you're probably right. I know I will, because I hate hot weather. But honestly, I'd rather it be 110 right now than 24. So I did pop a little bit of my Kill Cover Pro Artist Liquid Shading Concealer that I got from Stylevana. I pulled this out of my drawer and been using it recently, and I really like the consistency of this, and it's just a really great concealer. So I popped that on down here. So lower lash lines, and I'm going to start off with my lower waterline. I'm going to be using the Beauty Creations cream gel liner, or gel liner, whatever. This is in the shade Denim, because why not, right? Why not? Okay, so I'm going to put this down here. And I've mentioned multiple times, but I just love these liners. They're amazing. And I'm just hoping my eye doesn't start watering like crazy. I don't know why that happens. Some days they don't water at all, and then other days all they do is water. But yeah, I think that looks really cool. Uh-huh. Sure, I think it looks really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the blue shade out of the Bubblegum palette, the shade right here called Bubbles, and I'm just gonna put that like across the lower lash line and just put a peak of that green shade right towards the front there. I almost randomly generated it again. I'm like, I'm doing it again. My husband's like, that is cheating, because we were watching Sound of Music last night. I love that movie so much. I cried like 3 or 4 times while we were watching that, because it reminds me a lot of my mom. Because you know, we watched that a lot when I was little, but it's just such a cute movie. I love the songs. I love to sing the songs. Anyway, so we were watching Sound of Music, and I was telling him about my collab with NIKKI, and I said I got to randomly choose these shades, so I get my phone out and start using my random generator app, and I selected them and swatched them on my arm. I'm like, what do you think of this color story? He's like, I don't know. He's like, do you think you can make a look with it? I'm like, no, but I don't really have a choice. And that is what's really fun about palette bingos, and I know I've said that so many times here, is just, you know, you have to get creative. And I'm not the most creative person in the world, but you gotta have to just go with the flow, go with whatever shades you randomly choose. And I bet that little sweetheart NIKKI, with as wonderful as she is, I bet she selected the most perfect combination of shades and will create just an absolutely gorgeous look. NIKKI does a lot of really fun content on her channel too. She does, and I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again because I really want to encourage you guys to go check out her channel if you haven't yet. She does Mishmash Mondays, where she takes 2 shades out of 2 different palettes and creates looks with them. And we kind of did that once. We did our one of our collabs. We used shades out of the Midnight palette from Beauty Bay and also the Age of Opulence palette, and that was so fun. That's such a great idea. She's really creative. And I am so behind on NIKKI's videos, lots of people's videos, because, you know, life just gets in the way. My dad was in the hospital, and, you know, with this ice and stuff, and I don't know, just lots going on. So my goal through the rest of this week is to really get caught up on people's videos. And I think what I'm going to do too, I'm doing it, is I'm going to line my upper lid with this as well. Okay? And this is going to look really weird, but I'm doing it. I do have a blue felt tip liner from ColourPop, and it's just getting old. It just doesn't have as much juice in it as it used to have. And I thought the blue would look cool on the upper lid here. Well, I like that, but I just don't really have any other blue like eyeliners. I guess I could have put this on my upper, whatever. I'm putting this eyeshadow up here. And it's working great, right? I mean, I think it's helping tie the blue on the lower lash line in a little bit better. This is so fun. Oh, I love it. This is great. I'm just gonna make this a little bit more wedged shaped out here. And I don't want to bring it all the way across my lid. And it's kind of turning purple, of course, because of the pink shade underneath of it, but it's okay. Yeah, I like that. I think it looks cool. All right, so now, God, I'm gonna go into Treat and put that towards right there. Oh boy, wish me luck. I gotta find another brush. All right, hold on to your socks. I'm going into Treat. And I think I will spray this just a little bit, because if I don't, I'm afraid I'm gonna get fallout everywhere. I mean, I can clean it off. I don't have my face all the way on yet, just the concealer, but. Okay, put this right here. I don't know. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this. It's pretty sticky shimmer, so I think I don't need to spray it actually. You know what I look like? I look like a tropical fish. That's what this is reminding me of. Tropical fish. Okay. Yep. NIKKI, this is hilarious. I love your suggestion. It's just really hilarious that these are the shades that I picked. Holy cow. I think I'm done. I don't think this is going to get any better than this. So what I'm going to do is go and put this on my other eyelid. Oh boy. And then get the rest of my stuff done. I'll come back. So this is the finished look. And I do feel like I look like a tropical fish. And I do think that the best job for me today is if I were a news correspondent doing a special on a local aquarium, right? I mean, I think that would jive really well with that task or that job. I do like the look. It's just very different than anything I would probably do if I hadn't randomly chose those shades. But that's the fun of doing a palette bingo, is just randomly getting shades and having to create a look with the shades. I would love to know what you guys think of this look in the comment section. So before I talk about the eyeshadow palettes again, let me show you just a few things I put on my face off camera. For my blush, I used the Take the Risk or Lose the Chance blush, and this is from Maybe Cosmetics. This is such a beautifully pigmented blush. It's so fun. I've had this for a while. Still works really well. It's just beautiful. And Maybe Cosmetics is a brand that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. I used to have one of their eyeshadow palettes, but I did declutter it. Not that I didn't like the palette, I just wasn't using it very often. On my lips, I used a combination of two things. I used a lip icon from Beauty Moon Cosmetics, which is a UK indie brand that I just love. And this is in the shade M14. Beautiful hot pink liquid lipstick. And then over the top of that, I did throw on one of my Ladybug Glow multi-chrome lip glosses in the shade number 8. This is kind of pink and gold. You can see the reflex in there. I just thought that would look cool with the eye look today. I was gonna go like blue or green. I thought, no, let's just stick with pink. You know, I'm trying to embrace pink. So now the eyeshadow palettes. I'm not gonna open all these up, but I had a lot of fun using these shades together. I mean, I was hoping to get a better color combination for this look, but you know what? With the shades that I randomly chose, I think I did a decent job. I just have to say, and I know I've mentioned this a few times, the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shot palettes, I think, are BH Cosmetics' best formulated eyeshadow palettes. Just such fun palettes to use. The only thing that I was a little kind of thrown off by, where is it? This one here, the Orange Sorbet. I will show you this shade. This shade right here, Extra Toppings, like it looks really hot orange, but on my lids, it really pulled more pink. And I've noticed that about the Cherry on Top palette too, that a lot of the matte shades in there, most of the matte shades in there pull very pink on me, but whatever. I did use, let me grab this one. I did use this shade right here out of the Cherry on Top palette, this one right here called Sweet, as my inner corner shades today, so I kind of cheated. I was gonna grab like one of my other highlighter things, but I just thought, oh, let's just use a shade out of one of the palettes, and that's the one I went with. It's beautiful, very light pink, very pretty in the inner corners. Out of all of these, I would say my favorite is, of course, the pistachio, but I also really enjoy the bubblegum and the cotton candy palettes too. Where'd this come from? I have no idea. Okay, I love these two as well. I mean, they're all really, really nice. I was thinking about decluttering the Cherry on Top palette, but I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it, continue to play with it. And like I mentioned at the very beginning, I will have Nikki's channel linked in my description box. I cannot wait to go and watch her video and see which 5 shades she randomly chose out of those palettes and watch her look come together. I know her look will be much better than mine. She's much more adventurous, much more daring and creative than I will ever be. And I just love her so much. She is such a wonderful person in my life, a person on this platform, and just a wonderful bright light in this entire world. So if you have not yet gone and subscribed to her channel, go do it. And I'm hoping, you know, that we'll continue to do collabs together. I can't imagine that we won't. But yeah, this was really fun. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone. I know I kind of went the easy way out, but I don't care. I still have a lot of fun putting these shades together. I don't think I'll ever do it again, but it was really fun. And I want to say a huge thank you to Nikki for coming up with this really fun idea and for agreeing to collab with me again. And babe, I cannot wait till our next collab together. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. Love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy. I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.